Hey everyone, and welcome to another Seed of Andromeda video. Today's video is going to be kind of quick. I'm going to show you the block editor that I've been working on for the past week. It's not quite finished, but it has made some serious progress. There's a few things I want to add to the tree editor to allow it to better interface with the block editor so that you can more easily pick alternate leaf colors. This right here isn't actually done yet, but let me just go ahead and show you what the block editor does. Alright, so what we can do is let's start by making a new block. So we can say File, New, and it'll pull up this list of free block IDs. These are all IDs that have not been used by anything. So I think 288 is a leaf block, so let's make a new kind of leaf block, and we'll do 229 actually, should be fine. Alright, so here is our new block. Right now it has no properties. We have to give it some color, so we can give it, some red, some blue, and you do it independently from the top and bottom so that you can have some cool block effects. Let's actually experiment with some existing blocks instead of making a brand new block. For instance, we can load up a snow block right here. Let's say we want to modify this snow block. We can do a lot of things to it. We can change the texture. This pulls up the texture menu. This is for the top texture. Let's say we want to make the snow block kind of like see-through, like it's a hollow glass thing. I put a glass texture on top, then I'll put a glass texture on bottom, which is over here. There we go, and now our snow block is see-through. Now if we fly down to the bottom here, we can see that now that our snow block is see-through, we can kind of see through the world. Sorry, I'm using a touchpad, so I'm not really that agile right now. As you can see, we can see through it. Now that is because the block is occluding the ground, so we have another convenient property right here, occlude. We can change this to no occlusion, and now it shows the ground properly. There's a ton of different properties that you can work with right now. The only thing missing really from this is the ability to script gameplay for each block, like specific features that occur, or specific code that occurs whenever there's an update or things like that. That'll come in the future, probably with a scripting language like Lua or something like that. You'll be able to actually add functionality to your blocks. But some things like water are probably going to continue to be hard-coded. You can actually change the physics properties of the block. You can't really test it in the editor right now. But if you set it to water, I'm pretty sure it's just going to break the game, because water is pretty hard-coded right now. But let's see, what else can we do? Let's zoom to the block. We can change the type of mesh. We have a leaf mesh, flora mesh, cross flora mesh, and block mesh. Those are the different kinds. Now if you'll notice, if I switch to leaves, it goes dark. That's because one difference between these three meshes and the block mesh is that the block mesh, the faces pull light from the outer voxels, while these other meshes pull light from whatever the light level is of the voxel. And the reason why it's dark is because there's no light here, because this block still thinks that it should be blocking light. So we just turn off block sun rays like that and set allows light to 1, and now it lights up properly because it's allowing sunlight to pass through it, because it's not really a block anymore. Alright, so let's mess with some other things. Let's actually let's say we want to change the block ID. We can do that, and this will also resolve conflicts for us. As you can see, when I pulled up the change block ID menu, it showed all the block IDs that I can switch to. If it has no name after it, it means it's free, so I can switch without any problem. If it does have a name, then I'm going to probably end up overriding it. So I'll have these two options, copy and swap. If you swap, it's just going to swap the IDs. If you copy, it's going to copy over it. So right now I think we're using the snow block. I'm just not going to do anything because I don't want to mess up the... well, this probably isn't going to save anyways. But alright, let's mess with snow. Let me show you what else we can do, some cool things. Can we really do anything else? Here we go. Wait, where is it? Wave effect. We can actually make it wave in the wind, as you can see, as if it was a leaf. So now it's going to wave around. It looks really weird, because it's not really right, and since we don't have occlusion on right now, you can see the ground clipping through. What else can we do? We can change particles and things like that. We can change light. Let's show you the light. Let me turn down this. There we go. And set light active to 1, and then we can change the intensity. And there we go. Now our wavy snow block has light properties, and let's actually make it not wave, because that's weird. There we go. And this is a good way to test if there are lighting bugs. I actually found a few lighting bugs thanks to this, because I just keep switching this back and forth and seeing if it breaks, but luckily it's finally working. Let's set the light intensity to max. That's kind of cool. Alright, so we have our new block, but let's change the color. I like the texture. Let's give it, let's take away some top blue. There we go. And let's lighten the color a little bit. There we go. Look at this block. It's beautiful. And we can change the name as well. There we go. So now we have our new block. We can save it. You know, we could do this. We could copy it somewhere else, say to block ID 6. So now we have 2 copies of the block. We can modify them and change them and do all sorts of things. We will be able to use it in the tree editor to generate new trees and whatnot. I just made this to be a simple way for you to kind of you know, mod in new blocks. It'll be easier for me to make blocks, it'll be easier for the developer team to make blocks, and it'll be easy to kind of resolve conflicts. Right now, if 2 people make 2 different mod packs that use the same block IDs, there's going to... I just locked my computer. Oh my goodness. Are we still live? Alright, we're still good. Anyways, if 2 people make 2 different block packs that have, you know, conflicting block IDs, those will have to be resolved. The game should tell you if you load 2 block packs that have 2 different, you know, sets of blocks that use the same ID, and it'll prompt you to go fix it or to uninstall one of the mods. Okay, so what else can I show you? There's one last thing. Let me load some new blocks. Oh, this is tree editor. Here we go. Alright, let's load up a leaf block, and I'll show you the alternate colors feature that we have going, so that we don't have to make a bunch of different... I know this leaf texture looks bad, it's because I was messing with it. But instead of having to, you know, make a new leaf block for every different kind of color leaf, what we can do is have these alternate color leaves. As you can see that I'm selecting here, you can change the number of possible alternate color ones, and you'll also be able to specify in the tree editor what possible colors of leaves each tree will get. So if we wanted to, you know, change this one down here, we could change these sliders right here. So now we have like an orangey leaf tree going on here, and you know, this is going to be one of the alternate colors. It'll be the same block ID, it'll be the same block, but certain trees may have orange leaves now if you choose to specify that. Otherwise, it'll either just use the default, or you know, it'll just use whatever you want basically. So that's about it. Let's see if we can see if I'm missing anything else. This is what's going to allow you right here to pick which alternate colors are set. This will tell you what the color is, and then you can just kind of select it and then probably see it on the tree. Next thing I'm going to be working on is the biome editor. I think that's going to be really important. It's going to be really good for the content of the game, because we can get a whole bunch of people making a bunch of different biomes. We can kind of pick and choose and see which ones we think fit best into the game. Same goes with trees and blocks. Again, this will all be ready for download this December. You'll be able to use it and kind of do whatever you want with it, and it'll be a free download, at least this December. If you haven't subscribed, please do that. Also, you can check out our IRC in the description. And I did finally make a Twitter that will also be in the description if any of you guys like Twitter and you want to follow me. I'm pretty new to Twitter, so I don't really know what I'm doing yet, but I'll figure it out. So thanks for tuning in, everybody.